Good morning, everybody. Will DuPree here in the KXAN live studio. Thank you all for watching on this very cold, frigid day once again here in Austin. I know that hundreds of thousands of you remain without power at this time, so we do appreciate you risking some of your battery power to watch our stream, and we will make it worthwhile for you all. Before we air an interview with the president and CEO of ERCOT, he agreed to join me a little bit earlier this morning for an interview, and we will play that here in just a moment. But there have been some late-breaking developments to share first. So if you take a look really quickly, I want to pull up some tweets that have been shared just a few moments ago. ERCOT itself, which oversees the Texas State Electric Grid, shared this tweet about 46 minutes ago saying, quote, "We should be able to restore some customers this afternoon due to additional wind and solar output and additional thermal generation that has told us they expect to become available. But," they highlight right there, "the amount we restore will depend on how much generation is actually able to come online." So again, there are things up in the air about this. However, ERCOT is saying that some customers will be able to have their power restored due to additional generation of wind and solar output from yesterday. However, in the last few moments, the Texas House Speaker Dade Phelan has posted an update saying that he's calling for hearings about these prolonged power outages. Let me pull up his statement really quickly so that you all can see just a little bit. Maybe I'll just scroll down just a bit. So Speaker Dade Phelan is requesting that the House State Affairs and Energy Resources Committees hold a joint hearing to review the factors that led to megawatts of electric generation being dropped off the ERCOT system and the subsequent statewide blackouts that affected millions of Texans across the state. He is saying the extreme winter weather Texans experienced this week caused the lights to go off across the Lone Star State. I'm asking these two vital committees to convene a joint hearing on February 25th for the express purpose of helping Texans understand what went wrong and how we can prevent these conditions from happening again. We must cut through the finger pointing and hear directly from stakeholders about the factors that contributed to generations staying down at a time when families needed it most, what our state can do to correct these issues, and what steps regulators and grid operators are taking to safeguard our electric grid. Again, that information coming in after I had a chance to speak with Bill Magnus, who is the president and CEO of ERCOT. Right now, I want to bring you that interview with him that we recorded just a short while ago. Let's take a listen again as this interview with Bill Magnus from ERCOT sitting down with me this morning. Bill Magnus, thank you so much for joining me. We do appreciate that.
Glad to be here, Will. Thank you.
We saw a tweet earlier from ERCOT regarding the Senior Director of System Operations who said the number of controlled outages we have to do remains high. What's the update with that?
The update is that as we continue to manage the bitter cold, the historic storm we're seeing, we are trying to get people's power back on as quickly as possible. But in order to do that, we need to be able to safely manage the balance of the supply and demand on the grid. ERCOT's fundamental job is to maintain that supply and demand so we don't have catastrophic collapses of the system and blackouts. And as hard as these outages are, they avoid a much more catastrophic situation. So we're trying as quickly as we safely can to reinstate people's power as we get more and more of the power supply on the system to match the demand from folks. And that's going to be our number one job, and is going to be until we get this completely resolved.
A big question that people have is, when will ERCOT allow local utilities to turn the power back on?
Well, we asked the local utilities to reduce the amount of power they use in order to keep the overall system in Texas operating safely. So each utility, like Austin Energy, has a proportion of the reduction in the use of power we need to do to maintain that safety balance. So we are telling each of the utilities in Austin and everywhere else that as soon as we can reinstate certain amounts of megawatts, certain amounts of usage, then they go out and take care of that within their communities. They have plans for how those outages are managed within their communities. We just tell them the amount we need from an engineering, from a grid perspective, and they manage the local plan and how it's undertaken.
Can you give people an understanding of why this issue is the way it is at this point? I think there's been a lot of information shared out there, but it might be best to hear it from you to explain in the simplest terms why we are having to have these controlled outages and why there is a shortage on power when this winter storm is hitting.
Sure. Well, you know, as I said, supply and demand are the two key elements. And with electricity, you can't really store a whole lot of electricity. You've got to make it and use it at the same time. And the physics of it dictate that you have the supply and demand at a certain frequency. And if you get too far out of balance, you can have the system, you know, wires burn, you have catastrophic failures. And that's what's our job to avoid, to deliver power safely and reliably without that kind of issue. So when we've seen this historic weather that's driven temperatures into single digits, freezing rain, snow from, you know, Dalhart to Brownsville, all over Texas, we've seen extraordinary demands on the electric system, almost as high as the demands on the electric system in a Texas summer. And we've never seen a winter storm, a winter event anywhere close to that. So we're seeing an extraordinary demand. And then on the supply side, that same storm has caused a lot of challenges for the people who make the power. Wind turbines can freeze off in the freezing rain or precipitation. Solar can, you know, not work well when it's covered in snow or when there's cloud cover. And then natural gas plants and other kinds of coal plants can have breakdowns that are associated with the high winds and the cold that comes in from an extreme event like this. So it challenged both the supply side and the demand side. There is enough power supply in Texas to serve, you know, all the people here as we saw in the hot Texas summers, but it's that combination of extraordinary demand and then challenges posed by the very same weather to getting power to people. And so we're working with those folks who make the supply, the generators, to get that power on as fast as they possibly can so that we don't have to continue to ask them to do outages to reduce the demand to keep the system at balance.
A lot of people are upset. I'm sure that's not news to you. We have had dozens of phone calls pretty much every minute, if not every hour, coming into our newsroom. So would you do anything differently if you had to do it all over again?
We need to keep power flowing safely and effectively. And when we saw, particularly Sunday night as the storm blew in, the operators at ERCOT are thinking about that safety and that margin for safety all the time. We would not have asked for any customer to have to be without power, particularly in this terrible cold situation, unless we needed to manage the overall security of the electric grid. So when we first asked for those outages to happen, that was paramount and remains so. And we want to have more customers have power available to them as soon as we can get to a situation where we can safely balance supply and demand and move forward. And I'm extremely sympathetic. I've been working out here in our control center since I guess I got out here Sunday. I live in Austin, and my family's had, my wife and kid have had their power turned off now since Sunday night. So certainly experiencing that personally, and know it's extremely difficult for folks. And we're very sympathetic to that and want to get it back on as quickly as we can.
Unfortunately, we're seeing forecasted that another round of winter weather is potentially going to hit later tonight and tomorrow. What more can ERCOT do to anticipate this another round of wintry weather?
Well, we see that in our forecast as well, and we have weather forecasters on staff and are constantly looking at that because it's such a big part of how you manage electricity. So we knew that's coming, and certainly, you know, a continued winter storm can produce some challenges, but we're seeing some opportunities to get more customers back on, really dependent on, you know, the generating units that had challenges over the last week. If they're able to fix those problems, and for example, if some of the, you know, the wind turbines, for example, and the solar we're getting more power out of, like we certainly did yesterday with solar, with the sun coming out, those are going to give us more opportunities to get more power on the system, and the more power we get on the system, the more customers we can bring back to full service.
What assurances can you provide to customers out there today, all throughout Texas, really?
Well, the assurance I can provide is that what we're doing at ERCOT is to manage a system so that it will be safe and reliable, not just today, not just in this storm, but all the time. And it's very difficult when you have to take steps to manage electricity that interfere with people's daily lives. And we know that usage of electricity is essential to life. That's the business we're in. Providing power to people reliably is a business we're in. And we are not going to stop on this or do anything else until we can get those systems back on. And I know the people who run the generating plants operate exactly the same way. That's their business, and that's their mission as well. So they're working as hard as they can out in the weather to get those plants back on so we get the supply back where it ought to be.
Why can't Texas get help from the federal government or other states? And if it can, why has it not?
Well, Texas has its own electric grid. We have some relatively small connections to Mexico and some to the eastern interconnection in the United States that connects to other states, but they're relatively small. So we have seen some power flow that's been going on during this time, but those come and go. I mean, for example, today, our neighbor, an area called the Southwest Power Pool that's in parts of Texas, they also have rotating outages because of the same weather system, because of the same challenges. So they're not able to support us. But we also get, we did receive some support from a U.S. Department of Energy order, which recognized the emergency consistent with Governor Abbott's emergency declaration and said that it provided some opportunities for generators to provide power at full output that they might not have had otherwise. So we are getting support certainly from Governor Abbott and the state government, from the federal government as they recognize this disaster declaration, this emergency, and I think it's helping a lot of the folks who are out in the business to do the most that they can with the difficult situation we're in.
Could this have been avoided at all if ERCOT had chosen to winterize back in 2011?
Well, in 2011, ERCOT doesn't own any of the generation capacity. We're more like air traffic control, right? We manage the system and tell those generating units when to run and when to back down to maintain that balance. That's our primary job. But in 2011, which the last time we had outages like this in 10 years ago, there was a lot of effort that went underway that we were a part of to improve winterization. And we did see a lot of improvements. I mean, we had some very cold days in 2018, for example, in the winter, where the demand was high, not nearly as high as it is now, but where it was high. And we did see improvements over what we saw in 2011 as far as winterization goes. So those are ongoing efforts. The generation owners who want to be running their power plants at times like this have no interest in sending crews out to fix tube leaks and problems caused by weather issues. So I think we continue to see efforts to improve that, and we're happy to be a part of that whenever we need to.
What do you say about perception that lower income or minority areas have been more affected and prone to outages than higher income places, particularly here in Austin? I mean, we've seen downtown lit up throughout the night and there have been pictures shared while the east side is completely blacked out. What do you say about that perception? How do you address that?
Well, Will, the manner in which the rotating outages are implemented are not ERCOT's job or decision. We tell each one of the local utilities that when we need to reduce demand, that we need X megawatts from Austin, X megawatts from San Antonio, X megawatts from Centerpoint in Houston. And then those local utilities will decide the manner in which they're going to implement the rotating outages. And sometimes there's a critical care facility on a certain electric circuit or around a certain substation that utility decides it needs to protect, hospital or another sort of a facility that they don't want to see in a rotating outage. That might affect a particular area around it. So it's, I understand these perceptions are created. I don't have any comment on them in Austin or anywhere else. But to say that I know the utilities try to plan very carefully so that when they implement these, they go across their area and try to touch lots of places. So, but that's not that ERCOT doesn't make those plans or participate in them, so I can't really speak to it in detail.
And finally, Bill, before we let you go, and I appreciate you giving us so much time this morning, what would you say and what would you recommend to avoid this kind of situation happening again in the future?
It's a constant 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week effort to keep the power grid in balance. And I think every time we have an event like this, we learn. We see things we haven't seen before. We see the extraordinary amount of demand that can be caused by this sort of event, particularly in Texas that has grown so substantially and continues to grow. So I think we learn about how to manage, the supply resources better. We learn more about weather forecasting. We learn more about how it affects wind and solar resources that are subject to the weather. So I think we just continue to have to be in the learning business because, our job is of it so we can avoid this.
Bill Magnus, thank you so much for joining me. We do appreciate that.
Thank you, Will.
All right, everybody, that was my interview just a little short time ago with Bill Magnus, the president and CEO of ERCOT. The statewide grid operator is saying that power could be restored as more solar and wind generation was able to be picked up and added to the system. However, they just don't know at this time, and we don't have information to share with you all right now about when you can expect your power to be back on today. That is the unfortunate part. I realize as I'm saying that is not what you want to hear from me, but we will continue to ask questions. I should also point out there at the bottom of your screen, you see that the Texas House Speaker, Dade Phelan, has called for hearings about these ongoing prolonged electric blackouts. That will happen on February 26th. And we have more information about that on our website, KXAN.com. While we have you all here, I do want to bring in our meteorologist, Kristen Curry, because unfortunately, Kristen, we are seeing that there is another system moving in.
Yes, yeah, unfortunately we're not done with that icy weather just yet, and it just compounds the issues that we're dealing with now, Will. So you'll notice now we've got sunshine, and it's so deceiving out there. Did you notice it yesterday that
Yeah.
you look out and it looks beautiful, right? Not the case. Those temperatures are still so cold out there. We were in the single digits this morning. We were fighting a wind chill, and unfortunately, we still have about 2 rounds of wintry weather left. So I wanted to show you the alerts that we have up because tonight we're underneath another winter storm warning. This kicks in at 6 p.m. and then continues all the way through Thursday morning. You can see it almost covers up all of the KXAN viewing area. The exception, that light powder blue up in San Saba and Mason County, that's a winter weather advisory. So we don't expect as much in the hill country with this next round, but we could be looking at some snowfall, and we could also be looking at some ice accumulation. And that's going to be important because when it comes to our temperatures, we are below freezing all day long. So the only help we're going to get from melting is going to be from the sun and that sunshine hitting the ice. It's not going to be from the warm temperatures because those are still a good maybe 4 or 5 days out. So plan on staying inside all day because even that forecast high of 27 isn't going to feel like 27 with a light breeze. So let me show you what it could look like tonight into tomorrow morning. All that pink you see here, by around 4 a.m., this is what our future radar could look like. That's all showing freezing rain, unfortunately. And all that's going to do is put down a layer of ice across all of central Texas that already got hit by the snow and the ice. So this is tonight's activity that I'm worried about. We shouldn't really have any traffic issues considering everyone should be home for tomorrow morning, but this is going to make everything slippery, and even a little bit of melting we had yesterday and a little bit of melting we have expected today will refreeze overnight, and this ice will lay on top of that. Let me show you what Thursday morning could look like. This is our last kind of piece of this series of winter weather we've been stuck with. Thursday morning, it's going to be more of that wintry mix. So tonight I expect it to primarily be freezing rain. By Thursday morning, this could be a little freezing rain, a little sleet, some snowfall on top of that, which is why that winter storm warning was issued. So those are going to be the big kind of keys that we're looking at timing-wise. Ice accumulation, Let me show you the forecast here, because this is going to be anywhere from a few hundredths of an inch to up to a quarter of an inch. And a quarter of an inch can do a lot of damage. We saw what even a little bit of ice did last Thursday. If you remember, it coated all the trees, the bushes, your vehicle. This could be more of the same. So that's going to be a huge issue moving forward, is the fact that, well, we just can't seem to catch a break. You know, these little disturbances, these storms have been so close together. This is about our third or fourth round of winter weather within the last 5 to 6 days. So I think that's just escalating the problem. You know, our roads can't rebound. People are running out of food. You know, when you went to the HEB last week, you've been stuck at home, maybe snacking, you know.
And the stores are closed because of how terrible the conditions are for even their employees to get to the stores. Just a big disaster for everyone involved.
It is, yeah. And you know, it's different from the summer. We typically see these big energy demands in the summer, you know, and they sometimes will do those rolling blackouts, but at least in the summer, you're allowed out of your house. You can go to the lake, you can go to the pool. This is different because we're actually telling everybody you need to stay inside. Yeah. But inside is no water, no power for some, no cell signal. So this is a really dire and desperate situation, which unfortunately doesn't look to improve weather-wise until at least about 3 days from now. I'm thinking by Friday, that's when we'll start to see some significant melting in the afternoon, some thawing, and then eventually this weekend, we've got sunshine in 60s.
We'll look forward to that for sure.
Yes, it can't come soon enough for some, I'm sure.
Meteorologist Kristen Curry, thank you for everything you've been doing the past few days, keeping people informed and waking up so early and going on for hours on end. It is so appreciated, and I've seen some really nice compliments to you in our Facebook live feed, so please go back and read those if you need a little pick-me-up today.
Absolutely, I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, all right. Well, Meteorologist Kristen Curry is going to stick around for a little while today. Tell us about who's coming in later today to provide updates.
Absolutely, yeah, because we do have another winter weather round tonight. We're going to be stacked today. We've got Mark Pena and Sean Kelly, both of our midday meteorologists, coming in now, and they're going to be taking you through the noon forecast. And then we've got Chief Meteorologist Jim Spencer and David Yeomans coming in later on tonight. So their coverage begins pretty much at 2 p.m. There's going to be a lot of digital updates. I encourage you to follow them on social media. They're going to be putting out some really important information there, and then of course join us 4:35, 6, 9, and 10.
All right. Thank you again for joining us, Kristen. Thank you all for watching too. If you would like to see that interview again with the ERCOT CEO and President, that will be posted on our website here in just a little while. We're working to put that up and share that information yet again if you'd like to watch it. So thank you all again for watching. I'm Will DuPree here in the KXAN live studio. We will be back throughout the day with additional updates, so please stay with us. I hope you're all staying safe and warm as possible, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care.